Let's get it. Listen, y'all. We back at it again. You know, this is Prison Stories with Manny, episode number 2. But before we always start, we do a mental health check-in. How you feeling, Mr. Marathon?
Man, I'm highly blessed, bro.
Absolutely.
I'm tired, from the work week, man, but the grind don't stop, you know what I'm saying?
And listen, y'all got me, I'm behind the camera today because it's about Marathon Manny. This Prison Stories with Manny. Not Prison Stories with Two-Tech. This Prison Stories with Marathon Manny. So look,
man. Give me the spotlight, y'all. I don't know about the spotlight, but I'm here, I'm with it.
Okay, cool. Let's get it. So, Manny, talk about your first day in prison, because listen, man, a lot of people, man, when they go in prison, I was never scared, because you, like last episode, you said that was your first time ever in jail, incarcerated. Like that was you went to the big leagues, as the judge said to you. Went to the big leagues.
Judge, the marshal.
The marshal. Oh, you went straight to the big leagues.
Marshal, yeah.
Exactly.
I would never forget that.
You ain't go to Oak Hill, you ain't go none of that. No YSC, straight to the big leagues. So how was your first day in prison? How was that first night? Once you got that time and that time set in, what was your mindset?
Alright, so just to be clear, when you say my first day in prison, meaning like after I got sentenced, left DC jail, got shipped to the feds?
Yeah, I'm talking about the first.
My first day, just
when they locked you up for your crime. When they locked you up for your crime, what was going through your mind during that time, man? How was you feeling, man?
And Slim, I felt like my life was over. I'm not gonna lie.
Why is that?
And I knew, I wasn't innocent. Of course, you innocent until proven guilty, but I knew what was going. I knew the situation. I knew the situation. I'm not gonna say I was like. Let me rewind that. In DC, certain things not justifiable. Certain things are not put, certain laws and stuff not put into place.
Right.
So by DC law, I wasn't innocent. You know what I'm saying? And so my first night incarcerated, it was hard, bro. I think I was in shock. You feel me? My very first night incarcerated wasn't in DC jail. It was down Central Cell Block. You know what I'm saying? Central Cell Block, bro. It's I only been there once.
Yeah.
That shit was fucking hard, bro. I think I was locked up with a junkie or something. He was my celly, he was on the bottom bunk, bro. They give you a fucking bag lunch, just a slice of bologna and some bread and shit.
Yeah.
And I don't even know what else, probably a milk or some crazy shit.
Yeah.
Bro, and that night, bro, and mind you, I got locked up in the beginning of July. Right,
summertime.
It's hot as a bitch down here, right? But why I say I think I was in shock, because mind you, they dragged the shit out of me in the interrogation room. Bro, they had me in there for hours and I didn't even talk. You know what I'm saying? The most I told them was I need a lawyer.
Respect.
You know what I'm saying? And motherfucking, they dragged me into, the homicide joint for a minute, whatever. So by the time they took me to Central Cell Block, I was exhausted, bro. You know what I'm saying? You don't even know what the fuck time it is, bro. Yeah. That's how crazy it is. They had you that long in that shit, right? They do that shit to try to break you. You niggas, first 48.
Yeah.
So they gonna drag me, you know what I'm saying? I remember I remember being in the interrogation room, bro. I remember them bringing people, not people, because the only person I remember hearing the voice was my father. You know what I'm saying? I lived with my parents and shit, so they probably brought him just to try to question him, try to see what, they get out of him and shit like that. That's the other thing, bro. These people, the police, man, they don't play fair. They'll sit there and try to press your family, press your girl, your parents, you know what I'm saying, to try to manipulate and get whatever type of information they can out of them, even though they don't have nothing to do with the crime. Right? Yeah. And pay attention. Pay attention. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, by the time, the homicide detectives and shit came to me, I was tired, exhausted, bro. I didn't even eat, nothing, right? So yeah, by the time I asked for a lawyer, whatever, they I was like, man, I'm like, what's up, can I go?
Let me ask you this, man.
Yeah.
What type of lawyer did you have? Was it a public pretender, public defender, they say, you know what I'm saying? Or was it somebody that your family came together? Talk about that, man.
One thing about it, bro, I ain't had no money. But I never even knew what the fuck a lawyer retainer was. You know what I'm saying? Like I ain't had nobody that could afford a lawyer. At least not that I could call and I know they got me.
Right.
So you know I had to go the public pretender route, like you say. But you know what? You know, I ain't. You know I can't say it's all bad when it comes to public defenders and stuff because you know I feel like he tried to make sure he didn't fight for me to get free, but he tried to make sure I got the best out of my like. He's like, you know, the best plea deal, and not plea deal as in I'm snitching on niggas. No, we don't do that. Best plea deal as in like, I'm pleaded guilty to my crime, whatever I committed, or whatever they say I committed, right? I ain't got no co-defendants, none of that, right? So, you know, he tried to give me the best deal. The Youth Act, you know what I'm saying? Put a cap on my shit, just you know, it's just different shit.
All right, listen.
Yeah.
Before we go further, for the people that don't know, what was you arrested for? What did they charge you for, allegedly? What did they say?
Alright, so I was charged initially, before indictment, you know what I'm saying? I was charged with 2nd-degree murder and assault with intent to kill. You know what I'm saying? Like two different situations, like the same situation, but it was basically two victims type shit.
And how much time was you facing for those charges?
I can't recall how much assault with intent to kill carried, but you know it probably carried some years. But I know like I think the minimum or the maximum for the 2nd-degree murder was like 18, 22 years or some shit like that, right? But mind you, they have a certain amount of time to indict you,
right?
You know what I'm saying? And in between that time, they also try to get you to be guilty. Like,
take a cop, take a
plea deal, like you know, plead guilty, right? So you know, I like that's what I was charged with and stuff. But like not to go back off topic, my first so after the interrogation room, they put me in a paddy wagon and took me to Central Cell Block, right? Central Cell Block, bro. Like I said, hot as shit. Like this shit just like the conditions is crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like that night, bro. Like I said, I think I was in shock. I probably couldn't believe that this shit was happening, type shit. And I remember, bro, like sleeping on my sneaker. Like I took my shirt off. I had a tank top on. It was hot as shit. I had a tank top on. I put the shirt on top of my shoes, and like that's how I laid my head. And I think the only reason I was able to sleep is because I was like in disbelief. You know what I'm saying? Like you know, sometimes when you're in shock, like you go to sleep type shit. I don't know. It's weird. I can't even explain it. But so yeah, my first night was in Central Cell Block. That shit was horrible. You know what I'm saying? So I had a lot of first nights in different places.
Were you scared?
In that moment, I was scared, but not scared like, oh, somebody gonna do something.
Yeah, right. Okay.
I was scared, like I said, like I ain't like your life is out of your hands at that point. When you got handcuffs on you and shit, I fucked your hands, bro. Like you don't know what the fuck can happen.
Facts. So talking about sentencing, man. Like who was there? Your mom, your parents? Like who was there, man? Who was there for you, man? Sentencing.
I'm glad you asked that question. And I say that because you know you start to see like how much people give a fuck about you, how much people actually care about you. And I'm not saying that you gotta be in every courtroom, every court day, none of that, you know, for you to care. But you know what I'm saying? Ultimately, and you see like who it affects the most. My sentencing, bro, you know, shout out to Osh. That was one of my friends that was there.
Big O.
Big Osh, man. Osh. My mom, my father, my siblings, a couple of my nieces and nephews. I don't think they bought my son because, you know, Brian Weaver, you know what I'm saying? But it wasn't, you know, outside of my family, outside of my family, it wasn't a whole lot of people. You know, that's cool though. Like,
how did that make you feel?
I mean, in that moment, I wasn't thinking about who was there.
Right. Okay.
Like, I mean, of course, family, yes. I was concerned about that. But in that moment, you know, like, that was that moment where it's like I stepped into a threshold where it's like, okay, I'm on my own.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? That's when that judge said you getting sentenced to this many months, because they tell you in months, they don't tell you in years. You gotta go, when they take you back to that bullpen, you gotta go count your fingers and shit. You gotta be like, she said, how many months? Some niggas be getting 1,000 months. That shit sound crazy, right? I got, I want to say 108 months, all suspended but 97 or some shit. Basically, I got 2 years suspended, meaning that's on the back end, like the background. Like if I violate, like, you know what I'm saying, whatever, like, you know, they could give me up to 2 years, right? So I got 8.5 years on the sentence that I had to do. You know,
so with that being
that's
said,
the max out.
That's the max out. Okay, that's the max out. That's a lot of time that you had to face, that you had to do.
I was 20 years old getting sentenced.
20, a puppy, man, young child. Man.
I was actually supposed to, I don't know why I got postponed. I was supposed to get sentenced on my son's 2nd birthday.
Crazy, man. So you were sitting for a while before you actually had your trial?
No, I didn't get trial because
you took a cop.
I took
a cop.
A guilty plea.
Right. Okay. So let me ask you this. So you got your time, right? How long did it take you? How long did it take them to ship you out the feds?
For some reason, they didn't take too long. I want to say I got sentenced late January.
Late January.
Yeah, and I believe I got shipped out in about 2 weeks.
Okay. What was your first destination? Your first stop, I should say.
My first stop was damn, I forgot the name of this place. It was deep in Virginia, though. They put us on a bus and took us there. It's so crazy because it feels like a lifetime ago, bro. Can't remember. It was like a detention center, but like in, Virginia.
Was it Warsaw?
Warsaw.
Yeah.
On point.
Yeah.
Warsaw.
Yeah.
But it's also called something else. But
Northern Neck Region.
Northern Neck Regional Corrections.
Yeah.
There you fucking go. I don't know how he did it.
Hey, listen, y'all. Shout out my brother Lonte, man. When he was coming home, they had set him over there for a little while, so that's how I know, man. So yeah, shout out to all the
Northern Neck Regional Corrections Center, aka Warsaw.
How long were you there?
Ah man, that one it kind of dragged me right there.
Yeah.
I was probably there for about a month. Like this was like bare minimum. Like you're not able to really settle in. I can't really buy commissary. Like it's crazy expensive. Like it's just it's like in being incarcerated. Period. It's hard to have stability, right? Being in transit, even harder. So I was in like me being there was me in transit. So I ain't had no real stability. I was just happy to be able to talk to my folks on the phone. But like the trays, bro, like small ass portions of food. For breakfast they used to give us this shit called meat. They call that shit meat rock. Literally, that shit was like, bro, like I guess a piece of meat or something. I ain't eat the shit. I hope I ain't eat the shit. Like it looked like a brown piece of rock, bro. Shit hard. Yeah, bro. Yeah, like the shit was, and it was like they put me in a maximum unit pod, right? There wasn't too many people in there, Jim, but it was like, it was just weird. Like, damn, I was right next to the chute.
Okay. And what is the chute for people that don't know?
Segregated housing units.
Okay.
That's like
the hole.
Yeah, it's the hole. That's what we call the hole.
Okay.
Segregated housing units. Yeah.
So after that destination, where did you go at? Because I know we talked off camera. You said you've been to a couple prisons.
Yeah. So after I got after they took me from Warsaw, they sent me to back at Federal Correctional Institution back, FCI back. It was a medium level federal correctional institution. So that was my first destination right there.
And how was that experience there? Like, did you get any fights? If you could talk about it, if you don't want to talk about weird past and go to another question.
My first I ended up like in transit with when it comes to like you going out the feds and stuff, like you kind of like gravitate towards people that you more like you may not even know the person, but being as though y'all from the same city, same region, maybe like mainly basically DC.
Right.
I came there with a couple dudes that was from DC. Like we was all getting processed into the prison. They were from DC. I can't remember how many, but maybe like 1, 2, 3 of them. I can't remember. But like that was just like I said, I had a lot of first times, going through all of that shit, and like it's my first time arriving to a prison, getting processed in, like, you know, like in a way I was kind of like I was excited, not in the
anxious.
Yeah, I was anxious. I was excited, but when I say excited, because I already heard about the feds. I ain't hear all good things, but I've heard like you can doing time in federal, like not in federal prison, but in actual prisons, can go a lot better than being locked up in a fucking jail. You know, a jail and a prison is two different
like
things.
A county or something for other people.
You could be able to move around some in prison, not all the time, you know, because them just get locked down. Something happened, they lock you down. You could get put in a shoe, all types of stuff. But yeah, so like my first day there, like I was getting processed. I remember getting processed and all that. And they tell you what unit you're going to. They put me in Brave. They put me in I can't remember the name of the unit, but basically put me in the Brave unit, which was Bureau Rehabilitation and values enhancement, right? That program was designed to help, you know, kids from like young people from the age of 18 to like I want to say 30, 32, with lengthy sentences, right? With lengthy sentences, and I basically I fell in that criteria. I was 20 years old, fresh in, first time being in prison, and I got some time with it. So they threw me in it. You know what I'm saying? You know, I already had knew, like from people that I knew in DC jail, I already knew I was going to be approached by different, you know, like groups of people. And mind you, with my complexion, I'm not black. A lot of the people that's locked up coming from DC are black, right? The first people that approached me was like a Mexican dude. He like, what's good, man? I'm like, what's up, man? How you doing? I'm from DC. Oh, but you Hispanic? I'm like, yeah, nah, I know. But like, I don't gang bang, I don't none of that. You know, I'm from this city, born and raised. All right, cool. I'm like, what? You know anybody from DC? Cool. Met who I needed to meet. So that was my first day.
Did you have any homies like from around your neighborhood down there with you?
Yeah, not in the same block though. But yeah, I had a homie. Actually, you know, like somebody watched me grow up.
So let me ask you this: so in the same block, meaning can you go on their block or you can't do that?
You're not really allowed. Well, the block that no, okay. I couldn't go. You can't go on block but being as though I was in the Brave unit. My case manager and all that, like I was assigned to a different unit. I was just in there for the program. Okay. Right? So I had a case manager and counselor and all that in a different block. Right? So that's the only reason I would be able to go to another block. But no, I can't, you know, unless you authorize, like maybe you gotta go, like you got a plumbing job, you can go in different blocks and shit like that. So
being in prison, do you see, let's just be real, man, people getting raped and all that other stuff? Do you see that type of stuff? No, I'm just being real, because people want to know these questions. Because I want to make it clear to the younger, like, look, this is what prison is like.
I mean, thank God I've never seen no crazy shit like that where it's like somebody getting their manhood taken or nothing like that. But of course, you hear situations. You know what I'm saying? You hear about, you know, dudes, you know, pressing up on somebody. You know what I'm saying? Like I've definitely heard about that. You know what I'm saying? Dudes pressing dudes to come in the cell with them and all that. You know what I'm saying? Guys that's probably green or may not, you know, have people that are like, you know, make sure they back them up or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Some people, you know, not everybody is built for that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like to kind of like hold their own. Right? So, you know, a lot of people try to take it, you know, it's people out there that try to take advantage, just like out here.
Right.
You know, if somebody see some, it's like a shark, see blood, go for it.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying?
For sure. So,
yeah. You
was in that prison, man. Like, talk about the commissary, man. Like, what day would you go to commissary? What type of stuff would they have in commissary? Because you say I hear a lot of people say the feds, like you said, is always good. They got better food selection, better things to do. Like, it ain't nothing to do in prison, but in the feds, there's more things to do than being locked down in the county or jail or something like that. So, talk about that. What was commissary there? What would you get from commissary most of the time?
Well, commissary, bruh, it's nothing like the real world. I'm gonna tell you that. Now you can like one thing about it. Incarcerated mind, not even an incarcerated mind, but like when you are incarcerated, and it's like, all right, your mind is the only thing that can be free. Physically, you can't be free. So I think that does something to a lot of people's minds in here, where it's like creativity starts to flourish, like a motherfucker. People get creative, bro. Like I've seen some of the most amazing creativity, like creative things.
What's something you saw if you could speak on it?
Man, bro, tattooing. For example, I got this in prison. Yes, and it was against the rules, but I was willing to take the chances, bro. I got this shit in prison, bro. Real rap. Like this, look at this. This is, and people out here compliment me on this. This is some amazing
nice work.
But my brother is the best. You know, my brother is the best tattoo artist in the world. Shout out to him. P. Garcia Tattoo. Creativity in that aspect. Drawing. I done seen like people learn how to make purses, make bags. People learn how to sew clothes, how to tailor clothes. Bro, we was getting, and that was against the rules too. But one thing about it, I kept this mentality when I was in prison. I'm gonna keep myself looking, proper. I'm not trying to show off on nobody. It's just how you carry yourself.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Keep it cut. Stay clean. You know what I'm saying? Like stay fresh. Like not flamboyant fresh. So I want to be seen, but I want to be proper and carry myself proper. You know what I'm saying? Dudes in there know how to tailor clothes, all types of, man, I could sit here and talk about all that. People know how to make speakers out of radios and just all types of, bro, it's amazing, bro, creativity, bro. People,
geniuses, man.
Yeah, people know how to start learning how to cook, like during the pandemic, bro, like I had to learn how to, I didn't know how to like do the frying and all that stuff, but I it's something called a stinger. A stinger, like, basically I learned how to connect it to the electricity, the light, receptor and stuff, the light switch. And I learned how to connect it, connect some wires together in order for me to boil water and cook. Like that's how we cook. Like you said, back to commissary, bro, like it ain't nothing like the real world. The rice that we eat is instant rice. Blow it up with hot water.
Yeah, Minute Maid, right?
Yeah, you blow it up with hot water. All the food, like meat, chicken, turkey, all that stuff. Packaged, not cooked, packaged. Like when I say packaged, as in, if you want turkey, you want chicken, it's in a pouch. Like a little water pouch. You want tuna, it's in a pouch. You want fish, it's in a pouch. Salmon is in a pouch. You want oysters, in a pouch. You want beef, it's in a sausage. Beef log. You know what I'm saying? Like stuff like that. Like all processed food, which really ain't good for you, but for some reason
you gotta survive, right?
Yeah. Instant rice, packaged meat, processed cheese, and all that stuff. Chips, give you all the times. Chips, candies, pastries, big Texas honey buns and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Nothing
healthy for real.
Yeah, nothing really nutritional.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So. So man, you was a big boy, man, before you went to prison, man.
No, I'm trying to stay away from that.
For sure. So how did, like all the food that you basically said they had in commissary, totally unhealthy. How did you manage to get healthy? How did you manage to lose that weight? What was the first thing, like, I'm gonna wake up, or did you even say that? You just something you just did, like, I'm gonna just lose weight. I'm gonna just do it. I ain't even gonna talk about it.
I was 217 pounds when I went to jail. Fat boy. Manny Fat. That was Manny Fat.
He was a big boy.
It didn't happen overnight. It literally happened over the years. Over the years, I got better and better, right? I started working out in DC jail. I started with push-ups. Had my big guy from 37, right? Big guy, he just tried to motivate me to work out. He's, you know what I'm saying? He see I started trying to do little push-ups and stuff like that. I never really worked out. The most I ever really did was push-ups and probably jogging and shit. Trying to do pull-ups off the steps and stuff. Man, listen, to this day, I hate pull-ups. I hate pull-ups, bro. That's the worst. But I try to push myself now. Like, I don't complain about it. I just try to do it, right? But bro, I couldn't sit there and pull myself up like just like whatever. Like, my brother real life had to like assist me, you know, like try to hold like my back and try to like, you know, just kind of like help push me up and shit. That shit was hard, man. It was hard, bro.
What was your go-to workout, man? What would you do, Mike? Cardio?
Alright, so once I actually started learning how to work out, burpees.
Burpees, okay,
Burpees, push-ups, squats, and stuff like that.
Okay. Yeah, okay. So let me ask you this, man. When you first started, man, remember I say this. When you lost your weight, could you believe it? Like, damn, it's me now, man. I was a big boy my whole life. Now it's me now.
Bruh, to be honest, alright. To be honest, like my first time realizing that I was had lost as much weight as I did, or got in as good shape as I did, it was like when I got out. Literally, when I came home, the first day I came home, my bad, my voice feel kind of hoarse. The first day I came home, bro, my mom was like, "Are you hungry? Have you ate? Have you ate?" Like she asked me several times, like, "Bro, have you ate?" I'm like, "Mom, I'm good. I'm good." Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I ate. You know what I'm saying? I'm cool. Or I don't even know if I ate, but I'm just telling her, like, I'm alright. Like, I'm not. But she was concerned because like I was that small compared to when I got locked up. So, you know, like, I was amazed at my damn self. I kept looking in the mirror. Because mind you, we don't really have mirrors. Like, we had mirrors, but she don't have, like, real world mirrors.
Yeah, for sure.
Metal, shit, this, you know, institutional shit. So I'm in the halfway house. I'm over there, lifting my shirt up. I'm like, you know what I'm saying? I see my man, whoa, like, he's like, damn, nigga, you on blast. He started working out. I'm over there working. I'm busting his ass to work out. Man, whoa. Alright.
Cut up, yeah. All the way cut up, yeah. Shout out Whoa Chaser.
Whoa Chaser.
So let me ask you this, Marathon, man. So you said when you came home, your mom asked you, did you eat? What was the last spot you was at before you came home, man? And to talk about that spot, you was in Kentucky, right?
Yeah, I was in Manchester, Kentucky, bro.
So talk about that experience, man.
Alright, so I ended up in Manchester. I feel like it's something, like literally, I'm a firm believer in things happen the way they're supposed to. You know, I manifest things and all of that, but like, when you manifest, everything might not happen the way that you need it to. You know what I'm saying? Or things might get thrown in, you know, in your path for you to get to what you're trying to manifest, right? Me, like I know, like before I got to Manchester, bro, like I know I just like wanted to be a better me. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to be more locked in with myself. You know, in the place that I was at, it was too many distractions for me. You know what I'm saying? There was way too many distractions. I feel like it was gonna hold me back. Like I probably had I not got caught up and got shipped out to Manchester, I probably wouldn't have been able to focus as much as I did.
What you get caught up for? If I be on my ass,
I got locked up for a cell phone.
How do you get caught with that, Marathon?
I was giving that dickhead up. I got caught.
Okay, I respect.
I got, you know, I wasn't even doing nothing crazy, bro. I just had the phone and it's just like they boxed me like that. You know, it was, man, this nigga was Puerto Rican too. Fuck you.
But how do you know you had it though?
That's what I'm saying. They boxed like it was on some random shit. Like I had it ain't like they knew somebody told them.
Right.
It's they'll randomly, you know, do rounds and shit, and they'll try to box people in the bathroom. Cause like say if I got a phone on me and you box me in the bathroom, I ain't got no wiggle room. I don't know where to put the jank or whatever. I can't stash it. That's how I got back up. I had the jank like in my dip and stuff, and bro kept hitting me with the wand, the metal detector. I'm like, bro, I'm lying like shit too. I'm like, man, that's a bullet, bro. That's a bullet. Like shit. I was giving that dickhead up, I ain't gonna lie. But you know, I got caught up. You know, I couldn't really do nothing about it. They shut me out, and I ended up in Manchester. Like I said, I feel like that was for the better of myself. Like I feel like the universe allowed, you know, for that to take place in order for me to be a better me. Real shit. No lie.
No question. So. Look, let me ask you this though, man. So you went to Kentucky, you was in there. So that experience, man, get into that, like dive into that in the sense of like, what did you learn? Yeah, Kentucky. Talk like, what did you learn from that prison? Cause you got shipped there.
I was in Kentucky. All right, I got there. I want to say I was like 24 years old, right? And you know when they say when you turn 25, like your mind starts to shift. Like you actually started becoming an adult. You actually started, growing to a man, right? And your frontal lobe starts to fully develop, all that, right? And like when I got there, bro, like my mind did start to change. I started to, kind of like settle down into myself more, start being more confident in myself, more comfortable with myself, more serious about myself. I'm not worried about what the next man thinking, not worried about somebody's opinion, somebody's judgment. You know what I'm saying? Kind of like it's more settled into, oh, I'm me. You know what I'm saying? I started kind of like get better with just knowing myself and being better with myself, and not really concerned about what image I have to maintain or uphold or none of that, right? But I feel like a lot of things work in my favor, but like some people be telling me like when they be hearing about the things that like happens in my life, they be like, bro, like you just blessed, like what is it? Like, you just blessed. And I'm like, yeah, right. And I say that because like I got put in a good unit, right? I got put in there with like some solid dudes, I got put in there with Champ. Y'all, if y'all don't know about Champ, go check out some of our old episodes. One of our old episodes with Champ. He my old celly, my old big bro, Uncle Champ, whatever you want to call him. Very knowledgeable. You know what I'm saying? Gave me a lot of advice. Used to sit there and talk to me for hours. Man, taught me, like with him, I start training with boxing and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Start teaching me the boxing game and stuff like that. Like, and just like kind of like nurturing me, bro. You know what I'm saying? On some man shit though. You know what I'm saying? He not trying to little boy me or none of that. He just trying to like, it's like you pour into people. And he poured in a lot to me. Not just him though. I ran into Ron G right there. We gonna be up in New York soon to see him too, man. Y'all gonna have to tap into Ron G. He got a hell of a story. Ron G, man, Nooney, you know what I'm saying? Like I got around some good dudes. And good Selly, my man from Kentucky. I ain't gonna lie, I forgot his name, bro. Good dude, bro. Champ lined that up. He put me in the cell with him. I got around some good people and I learned a lot from them. Like I don't know, every prison I went to, I gravitated towards solid dudes, towards people who had a hell of a mind with them. You know what I'm saying? So like I got in that unit and I started making like creating friendships and relationships with people and started going like that. You know what I'm saying? Started boxing, started being more active. I linked up with a dude who was real good at working out. Worked out heavy with him, bro. It used to be dudes on the yard, bro. You just sit there, oh nigga, you built like a Mexican. You ain't gonna do that. Bro, 6 months later, they damn, bro, you looking sweet. You like, yeah, wanna work out with me? Yeah, nah, I don't need you to believe in me. As long as I'm believing in myself. You feel me? But it helped me grow into a man even more when I was there. You know what I'm saying? I was more focused. It was a place where I really couldn't have too many distractions. And I'm far as hell from home. I'm in Kentucky, bro. That's like 8-10 hours drive away from DC, bro. You know what I'm saying? And thank God. Shout out to my family, bro. My family still made the efforts to come up there, bro. Drove hella hours to come up there. Not too many times, like, but the fact that I was able to see my family, bro. But at the same time, 2020 hit, I was there. And you know what that was? Pandemic. Right? The pandemic, that was a whole nother experience for me in there, bro. I had a lot of downtime. We was locked in the cell for a long time, bro. Like highly restricted, like a long time we was locked in there, right? In that downtime, like that time in that cell helped me with a lot less distractions. I read a lot, I journaled a lot, you know what I'm saying? I sat there and meditated a lot, bro. Like it's so strange to say, bro, but sometimes I miss the solitude that I used to have when I was, in that cell, right? And I don't want to be back in jail, and I don't know none of that. But like, it's when you have a certain kind of solitude, it's a certain kind of peace, bro, that I don't get out here. At least not yet. Out here, bro, I gotta worry about a million things. I got a million responsibilities. It's on me, bro. I got a million things I gotta worry about. You know what I'm saying? I got my son. I got, all types of things.
Sure.
So it's like I don't get that same peace no more. You know what I'm saying? I don't, like at least I haven't built up the discipline to reach that same peace. but I did a lot of like self-reflecting, thinking, bro. You know, like manifesting, bro. Like a lot of what I did within my first year, bro, was from me sitting in that cell manifesting it, bro. I sat there, I read the driver's manual.
You got your GD, right?
Now I got my GD from the jump.
Oh, from the
my
jump.
First prison.
What was that motivation? Because you know sometimes people go to prison, they don't do nothing. They don't do nothing. You got your GD from the jump. Like, what was that motivation?
Honestly, bro, like the motivation was for me, like I saw, like I got daylight.
Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't have the visions for like what it was gonna be like from when I got out of prison. Cause shit, at 20 years old, you get sentenced to 8.5 years, bro. Like that's a long fucking time for a 20-year-old. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I'm sitting there like I don't really know what to expect. All I know is I want to make better of myself. You know, I don't know how I'm gonna be, who I'm gonna be, what I'm gonna be. But the only thing I know was that I wanted to be a whole lot better than I was coming in.
Absolutely.
Bruh, I went in there, I ain't have a GED. I had dropped out because, you know, teen parent. And I wanted to focus on getting, like, you know, taking care of my son and stuff. Right? I dropped out. Bruh, I got to prison, bruh. My man, the homie from around the way, he had put me in this, like, personal trainer class just to take, you know, just to have something to do, keep me busy. And he put me in the class, bro. It's like we had to do something with like your mass body index, right? And basically you had to do some kind of multiplication. Had to do some type of multiplication, and bro over there doing it. He's like, you multiply this by that, blah, blah, blah. So he's like, all right, bro, go ahead, do yours. And I'm over there. I started writing the multiplication problem on there. Fucking up. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I do not, bro. I do not know how to multiply. Like I probably could multiply the simple things, but like actually doing like long, like 2-digit multiplications, as in like let's just say 33 times.
32.
Yeah. Bro, I'm over there fucking up, bro. And he like, hold up, bro. Like you don't know how to multiply, bro. Like say time you, and I'm like come on, bro. Like you know, I don't know. I was embarrassed, bro. And I already had it in my mind to get my GED before that even happened. But that right there, bro. One thing I don't like, bro. I'm the type of person I don't like when I feel like, oh, you like basically like
you don't like something stupid.
Yeah, bro. Like nah, I'm gonna show you. And it wasn't like he was trying to embarrass me or belittle me, but it was just he was genuinely like, damn, bro. Like what you on? Fuck you been on? You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, it lit a fire under me, and it like, you know, talking to older dudes, you know, shout out to Week. Oh, I hope you soon, man. I mean, I hope you home, bro. I haven't really, you know, been able to catch up with him. I don't know where he at or, you know, if he home or not, but we had 18 in life. You know what I'm saying? Good dude, strong-minded, amazing person, bro. But we, you know, we would like give me advice, and we would tell me, he's like, man, you try to get your GED, he's like, just keep showing up the education. This the dude that's supposed to be your teacher, you on his waiting list, just keep hollering at him, yo, man, what's up, man? Cause they put you in your GED class based on your sentence. Being as though I had a little ways to go, I wasn't too up on the list. But I'm over there pressing it. I'm like, look, man, I'm really trying to get my GED, I'm trying to get it. I got that job within the first year.
How did that make you feel, man? Like all the struggles you said you had, them how to do 2-digit multiplication to get your GED in the first year. How did that make you feel, you know, as a man?
You know, it felt great, right? It felt great that I knew I got my GED. Like I was like the highest scoring, you know, not the toot my own. Like nah, fuck that. Waldo said toot your own.
Yeah.
I was the highest scoring student in my class. Like I don't know if I was the top number one, but I was one of the highest. Like they was impressed to the point they had to mention it to me. I didn't know. I ain't paying attention to nobody else's score. I'm paying attention to mine. But I felt proud of myself, bro. I felt proud of myself because I knew, like, you know, like being in the middle of what I was being in the middle of, politics, prison shit. You know, it could go out. It could go up at any time. You know, for me to been able to stay focused and disciplined enough and stay out the way enough, the way as though I was able to accomplish that. Meant a lot, bro. And then the next prison I ended up in, like, bro, like I said, like so many things worked in my favor. The way it's like some things don't even happen like that. they let me have a graduation ceremony in the following prison that I ended up in. Right? They had to, and
It's all good, man. We met, man. We met. This is the real prison stories with Manny, man. Prison stories with Manny.
my parents was able to see me graduate. It may have not been the way that we planned it or that they wanted to see, but they was able to see me receive recognition for, basically getting something that they didn't. My mom had 6th grade education. My father had, 3rd grade education. So for them to see, and then like most of my siblings was dropouts. For them to see me, receive my GED, bro, even in prison, bro, like one of the proudest moments of my life.
Let it out, man. It's all good, son. It's all good, son. It's all good, son. That's what we do, man. Prison stories with Manny, man. Prison stories with Manny.
Yeah.
So
go ahead.
So talk about Manny coming home, man. 2000 was it 21?
Yeah, 2021.
2021. You coming home, man. Your people's picking you up from Kentucky, right? Or they met you at a bus stop, right? Close, okay. They pick you up. Talk about that experience, man. Like just finally, like man, doing 6.5 years after being sentenced to 8 years. You coming home, man. Like how was it, man? How did you take it being home, man?
That shit was surreal, bro. I was on edge. Like I couldn't believe. Like I literally was like, I told my brother, like really, I was supposed to be taken. Like my brother, my family was picking me up, taking me to the halfway house, and I'm like, bro, let's go. Like they sitting there trying to hug me and all that. Let's get in the car and go. I feel like I just broke out.
I'm telling you, get the hell out.
I literally told my brother like, hurry up before they change their mind.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm telling him like he hugged me and stuff. I told everybody jump in the car, like, nah, come on. Like, I felt like I was escaping prison, bro. Like,
so the night before, did you sleep or you were just up? Like, I can't wait to get the hell out of here.
I did get some sleep.
Okay.
Because I took like some like allergy medication, like, like try to help me sleep type shit. And I kind of like try to tire myself out before that, you know what I'm saying, so that I could get some rest. Because, you about to get out of prison. People going to, like, people tell you, like, there's a lot of people coaching you through that shit. A lot of people that been home from, like, did time before, been home. You know what I'm saying? So people coaching you, mind you, it's my first time ever getting released from prison. So, my old man, it was like, that shit was bittersweet too. Like I said, you gain relationships and friendships and shit. Take bonds with people and it's like, all right, man. See you later. And then, some people, some people take it differently. You know what I'm saying? Some people take it and it's like, take it kind of like, God, this nigga about to step, he gonna forget all about us and all that. And it's like, and it kind of hurts you because it's like, damn, bro, like, mind you, like, everybody got to come out here and live their own life. You can do what you can do for your folks and then, you know what I'm saying? But, at the same time, like, your world don't revolve around prison and the homies no more. It revolves around a million other things that basically like the world ain't stopped. I had to come back in and it's like playing double dutch. You see how the ropes are spinning? I had to go ahead and find my rhythm in it. I'm still finding my rhythm, brother. Like I got a son I gotta take care of. I got moms I gotta worry about. Like, I just had a lot of things. You know what I'm saying? So it's like getting out of prison, like homies coaching you, some people like, wishing you the best. You know what I'm saying? It's bittersweet, but like, yeah, like that night, it was like, that shit was surreal, bro. Like, I was able to say bye to people, you know what I'm saying? Holler at people, whatever. Shout out to Sleep, bro, because I asked him, I'm like, Sleep. Sleep was the only and first person I knew from around the way that got a clothing brand.
Okay.
Right? And one thing about it, if you know me, bruh, I believe and I support the fuck out of whatever dreams the homies is chasing. Right? And the first thing I told myself is, man, the first thing I want to wear is something that's homemade. Sleep, get me, bruh. Send me a sweatsuit, bruh. Send me a sweatsuit. I came home and Sleep Customs. I came home and Sleep Customs, bruh. You know what I'm saying?
So listen, with all that being said, do you feel like you're still institutionalized? Or do you even feel like you're institutionalized at all?
Fuck. Man, that's a... I think I am still institutionalized. I'm working on that. Okay. I go to therapy and all that shit.
Okay, I was about to ask you, what are you doing to fix that? Like, you know.
Self-awareness.
Okay.
I'm always self-aware. I'm always like trying to be mindful of how I would react, or how prison environments teach you to react or respond to situations in comparison to how you're actually supposed to, or how society wants you to respond and react out here. For example, my job, there's some people, you know, that they probably never been through what I've been through. That's cool. One thing about it, respect takes you a long way. You never know who you disrespecting. You never know what they're capable of. You feel me? And like, you know, not that I never want people to feel threatened by me, right? But I know, like, I've been in prison, and sometimes, like, you know, you got a certain type of aggression with you. They can peak, and I don't want that. I talk to my therapist about that. I be like, man, I don't want, you know, to be in like, for example, this is just an example. I don't want to be in the workplace and people kind of like, you know, see an aggressive side come out of me, or, you know, the side with the survival that we know from being in prison and being in the streets and shit. I don't be wanting that to peak out, right? So right now, I've been talking to my therapist. I'm trying to learn like how to like be assertive in a professional way, without making people feel threatened, or without, you know what I'm saying, without making myself seem so aggressive and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Know how to communicate with people out there. Because like I said, like not everybody, you know, I could see a person, I might not know what they is, or what they've been through, or nothing. That man could have been a military vet. Could have been a military vet, probably killed 20 people, bruh. And I'm over there disrespecting and playing with him, bruh. Like, nah. You always gotta respect people. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, like, it's just the best way to go. You know what I'm saying? If you don't know how to respect people, you don't know what you'll receive back. You feel me? So, like, I'm learning how to deal with that, because not everybody knows how to. But I mean, I'm cool. Like, I think I feel like I provide, like, I give enough respect to where as though, like, you know, most people won't be, how you say it, like, most people won't want to disrespect me or come at me a certain way, because I'm quiet, like, I'm humble as fuck, like, you know what I'm saying, I respect everybody, you know what I'm saying. I might be like, and some people have told me I come off as like arrogant in a way, or like I don't see nobody else. Yeah, but like, again, you never know what people have been through. I've been hurt by many people. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I might not be cool. Like, I don't want to just open myself up to people. Sometimes I am standoffish. Sometimes, hey, what's going on? How you doing? I keep it short, or, you know, I don't say much, because you don't know what I've been through.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like people take it, like, a lot of times it's their own ego. Oh, he didn't acknowledge me. Alright, what does that matter?
I didn't even see.
Yeah, like, I might have just not seen you.
Right.
You telling me I'm an asshole because I didn't see you.
Okay.
I'm talking about family that done that. Family that said, oh, I know he seen me, this, and that. I genuinely didn't see them. And I'm wild for that.
For sure.
Because I didn't acknowledge somebody I didn't see. It's people egos, bruh.
Sure.
I done had conversations with my nephew about this type of shit. Like, it's like, bro, like, oh, people act like they too good to say nothing that. No. What does it matter if a person acknowledges you? As long as you have enough respect to acknowledge a person, whether they give it back or not, that's cool. You leave it there. That's for them to deal with. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I forgot the question, but...
No, you good. So I was asking you about, do you still feel like you're institutionalized?
Yeah.
What are you doing to get help about that?
Yeah, so in other ways, like, I feel like, not just institutionalized, but, you know, like, coming from our neighborhood and, like, the environments we came up in, the situations we've been in, bro, like, to tech. You know, you just for example, you know I don't like I like recording here, but you know I don't like recording here for what reason?
Yeah, right. You already know what's happening.
My head on the motherfucking swivel.
Yeah, no question.
You know what I'm saying? Like head on the swivel, like people like Zara, one time we walking around and like I don't notice it, but she noticed it. She's like, damn, your awareness is crazy, dude. And I'm like, dang, like you know, like it's cause we always on the swivel, like we always
on point.
On point, and she saying that's a good thing, but it's like in my mind it's like nah, it's like I know where that come from. You know what I'm saying? And that's that's in the way institutionalized and traumatized.
And I agree now. I agree it is a good thing because imagine if you were green. You'll let so much stuff pass you, bro. You'll be so gullible, but you're aware, like you know how to read people. Emotional intelligence, which is really street sense. That's all it is. That's what it breaks down to. But yeah, so man, before we get out of here, man, because this is a heck of a story, man. This was a heck of a story, man. To the point, a couple tears would drop. Tears of joy, man. Because the thing is, man, you could be still incarcerated right now. You know what I'm saying? People don't get the opportunity that you're blessed and fortunate with. But you here and for a reason. So I really want you to share a message to the kids, the youth that want to be in the streets, that that's heading down that road of destruction. And also for the people that's about to come home from prison, because they got a lot of new laws where a lot of people are coming home. You know, Tony Lewis Jr., Tony Lewis Sr. just came home. Shout
out Tony Lewis Sr., man.
34 years incarcerated.
The real is free right
Absolutely.
there.
So I want you to share like something like some motivational words to help them when they re-enter society, come back out here, something they have to look for, and also to the kids, man. To the kids that want to head down that path.
I mean, for the youngins, man. First for the youngins, man, because the youngins is the future, right? And I talk to youngins, bro. Like, I mean, I'm not gonna sit here like I'm a youth activist or none of that, but I'm not no preacher, none of that. I'm not perfect, none of that, right? But I do want the best for young people. You know what I'm saying? And if I can help in any way, like from my experiences, from my knowledge, anything, I do, right? And I talk to the youngins, right? And some youngins, I tell them, man, like sometimes it's, especially like with situations, like sometimes it's best to like, you play chess with this stuff. Sometimes it's best to, all right, you can go ahead and bypass that situation. Like you can go ahead and walk away. You know what I'm saying, bro? I could have walked away. I just held my ground, right? I wasn't the aggressor, but I could have walked away. I could have made an exit. I could have found my way away. Like I could have found my way out instead of sitting there and having to defend myself, right? And like we started to do things like it was like we will do things out here. It's like just don't be reckless, bro. Like really think about what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? Your mind, bro. God gave us a fucking brain for a reason, bro. We gotta be able to use it, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like being in the streets and stuff, like sometimes it's hard not to be. Sometimes, like your environment is what provides that. But you just gotta understand and know, like, man, whatever you see for yourself, you can make happen, bro. And we see it now, like where it's like people coming out the hood, like literally from fucked up situations. I know people that sold crack, bro. You know what I'm saying? From a young age, bro, selling crack, bro, hustling and shit, and they turned their life into something completely different, bro. And that don't mean that you a square, you ain't cool or none of that. It's just that you gotta think about it. Like drugs, we didn't create that shit. That shit was put here. You gotta be able to, it's a trip. Literally, it's a trap, bro. Like you gotta know, like, all right, the situations, whatever we getting put in, like, or whatever. Man, bro, like, it's ways out of this shit. There's ways out of this shit. You just can't look at this to be your all, your be all and end all. You know what I'm saying? There's so much to life, bro. There's so much to life out here, bro. Like, you'll sit like, bro, you just leave a state and you be like, what the fuck? Imagine leaving the country. Imagine getting a passport, going places, experiencing life. Imagine experiencing different people, you know what I'm saying? Different mindsets. All types of stuff, bro. Different types of success, different levels of success. It's out there. It's out there. Anything you want is out there, bro. It's just all about how much you want it and what you want for yourself, bro. And for my real ones, just touching down. All the ones that's doing time, about to come home, man. Listen, one thing you gotta understand and know. when you come out here, everything that's gonna happen like that. Everything's not gonna fall in one. It's not gonna fall in your lap. You gonna have to grind, bro. You gonna have to, grind. Stay focused. Stay grounded. Don't think about my mistake was me sitting there looking at everybody else out here. Oh, they doing this, they doing that. All I had to do was focus on me doing what I gotta do. Me focusing on me doing what I wanna do. You know what I'm saying? Not worried about, I'm 26, 27 years old. I should be at this point in my life. No, I just lost more than half of my 20s. In essence, in a way, I was only 19 coming home from prison. I missed so much. Emotional intelligence, bro. I didn't have no relationship with, I didn't have a girlfriend when I was in prison. The last person I knew was my baby mother and stuff, right? And it's even now, a female that told me, you probably don't even know how to date for real. Yes, I don't. I've been in prison all this time. I ain't taking no niggas out on no dates. You feel me?
You sure about that? Oh my God. Yeah.
I say that to say, honestly, your life been on pause for a minute. Yes, the world has not stopped. The world has not stopped. In essence, your life has stopped in prison. But hopefully use that time to make yourself better. Because when you come out with, one thing I know for a fact, dudes that come out here with a determination, bruh, you be skyrocketing past so many people that been out here comfortable and stagnant, bruh. And sometimes you gotta be mindful of that too, because you get to shining a little hard and people start to notice it. You be having people, and no shade, no disrespect to nobody, because everybody, in different circumstances and situations, you be having people out here asking for favors from you, and you just did 5-10 years. They see you doing something with yourself is because you come home with a clear mind and some determination, bro. Come on, bro. We done talked about this on the podcast before, bro. V done brought it up. Bro, I manifested so hard, bro. It was I got my license within the first year. I got a car within the first year, bro. I did so many things within the first year, bro. And it's I want to have that same drive for the rest of my life. I want to be able to relax, but I don't want to lose that hunger, bro, because that hunger gonna get you there, bro. But just don't worry about what you think how you think everything is supposed to be. It ain't gonna be the way that it need to be. You just gotta grind, you gotta want it, bro. Manifest it with your mind, bro. Stay solid and keep it real. There you go.
Straight like that. Straight like that.
If you're not on the field, you're not real.
There you go.
Bang.